I'm down.
Spotted.
Spotted one.
Spotted a subject.
Aaron and Eric, we have been playing Apex Legends for now 3 days. I am liking it more and more, personally. But I know you, Aaron, I feel like you're not on board. And you put it very well, and it's what I had happened to me was like when I went to the event last week, it very much was an emotional roller coaster as far as how I initially was extremely bummed out. I've said this to death. I find Titanfall 2 just phenomenal and innovative as far as the shooters go, and that's what I think everyone has been dying to see is a third game, but this is not that, and it's just been up and down. So
the past 3 days have been playing with my heart.
Yeah.
Because there was a surprise announcement that there was going to be a Titanfall game, and then we realized it wasn't going to be a Titanfall game, and then in that first day, it was, no, we're not working on Titanfall 3. So it seemed like this game, this Battle Royale game, had killed Titanfall, or the Titanfall series, in a way that, Blackout didn't kill Call of Duty, and Firestorm isn't going to kill Battlefield. I mean, Battlefield might kill Battlefield, but Firestorm didn't do it.
I think that's the thing, is I think people, there were so many articles and mixed messaging around what is happening with Titanfall as a franchise, and I think people are jumping the gun on this. I don't think at all is Respawn killing Titanfall. I think what they are doing is, financially, I think they need a win. And I think it's two things. I think one, Titanfall 2 and probably 1 didn't make them a lot of money. Both games were critically acclaimed, right? But they did not get a lot out of that, and it's been known. And I think that this game kind of came out of that. I also think that if they were to make another Titanfall 3 and do what Titanfall 2 did, it could be another failure, right? As far as they need to step back from that game, I feel like.
I mean, to be fair to Titanfall, Titanfall 2 in particular, it was a really beloved game, and it got sandwiched in between Call of Duty and Battlefield. For someone just made that decision arbitrarily. So that game was not released during a good window, and it's I question. I get that they feel like sales weren't good for that game, but I feel like if it had been a month earlier, or 2 months earlier, that game would have done way better. But that being said, yeah, putting out Apex Legends for free, it's smart. From a business standpoint, it's smart. And since this game came out, there was an EA earnings call where they said, yeah, we're making some Titanfall premium thing later this year, and Zampella teased it. We don't know what it is, but fair or not, a lot of people felt disappointed that this wasn't Titanfall. It didn't have wall running in Titans, and they had thought that this game had killed their beloved franchise, and now it's not so clear. We're back to somewhere in the middle where they might still have a Titanfall this year, or maybe next console generation. But as long as it's something is still existing.
I guess as the person that barely touched Titanfall 2, at least, and from reading a lot of the stuff that has come out, I don't actually think this game killed off Titanfall 3. Nothing has indicated that. Now, there's a lot of saltiness from the community because for you guys that, enjoyed and loved Titanfall 2, you wanted a third, iteration, right? And, instead you're kind of oh, well, I guess I just got left with Apex Legends. But I think you were the one that told me they've been working on this game since 2017 or something like that. So it's been a while, right?
Almost right away after Titanfall launch. They said spring 2017. So that's very close right after Titanfall was essentially out. Titanfall 2, that is. And if this is true, it didn't sound like this was taking the remnants of a Titanfall 3. They created this game out of what they had done with Titanfall 2, which was they call them the action boxes, which is they were just messing around and taking ideas first, opposed to having a full-fleshed Battle Royale game. Battle Royale, they said they saw PUBG. Not Fortnite, which is interesting enough. It was PUBG, and they were let's see how that works. And they were messing around, and it ended up being really fun. And this was all internally. They were messing around with a Battle Royale game, and then they came to the terms let's ship it. And again, this is, they've said this to death too, is that this was all Respawn. This wasn't EA. This was their choice. This was their choice to again, I feel they just needed a win.
Reload. Recharging shields.
I'm getting shot at. Reloading. Whole squad down.
Recharging shields.
I think the other cool thing too, as I had mentioned to you early on the stream, is, and we have to give credit to them, is that Apex Legend is a like full-fledged like game that is out, that you can play, that is not like we are still in beta or like this is a not finished game. Like, you have to give them credit for that, and I think it does enough to kind of like change how battle royales go. You know, like we know how battle royales play out. You know, like, and there are still those game mechanics in the game, but like I feel like it is more squad based. You have abilities, and we are only slowly now trying to figure out like what's a good team, like how do we take advantage of these things, and I think some of that is what's fun, you know, like, and coming from their pedigree, like the shooting's still great. You guys know the guns, so I'm having a lot of fun.
I'm having a lot of fun too, and like this is a good example, I think, of like something that's unique where, you know, like when you're trying to like argue, well, what is the difference? What makes this game stand out? And it's like, I think it's moments like this where the game has slowly kind of like been trickling out like surprises in a way, like, oh, you can do that. So essentially, like, it's Ben. This is on our stream. It's Eric, me, and Ben. And Ben essentially found a way to zip line up onto this like ridge.
Big old dinosaur bone pile.
Yeah, like I didn't know you could get up there, and so we just have this advantage where now we're just like watching other squads like battle each other, and like we have such a clear advantage, like just sniping people. And so this is pretty cool. So you unfortunately got killed, got a little greedy, I feel like.
Well, it's because I, for whatever reason, couldn't take the zip line up, or I was screwing something up where like his zip line was there, but there was like already one on the map going the other way, and every time I was going up, it would like pull me onto the other one. So I was actually like down to the left. You can see my name there, trying to snipe from an angle, and it kind of worked out for the most part, except one guy finally came and killed me while I was trying to snipe people. But
we couldn't save you.
That's all right, but I told you guys not to too. You guys had a tactical advantage, and I would have never thought that you could have got up there, right? But it's something that, it's a character that Ben's been playing a lot, right? So Pathfinder.
This Pathfinder robot. Yeah. This guy pops his ult here, which is like trying to distract us with different clones. But I didn't know this is that Mirage is like, he goes cloak.
Oh, that's interesting. You go cloak. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. In this situation, I thought that you are supposed to like act like Mirage.
Pick one of them.
Yeah, I thought you were supposed to like pretend like you're essentially a clone or fake decoy. But there he is cloaked, and we like took him out. But this was really cool. It was like, we're up here, and this is the funniest part. And so the circle's closing in, and we have to get down there, and we see what we thought was just one person in this place, and so it just felt so badass because we had Ben and we were able to do this, which is essentially like set up as a zip line, and we thought we had the upper hand, so we came down.
Which is kind of part of the hero ability system.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
it does.
It like shines pretty well, but what we didn't know was that there was a second person hiding in here. So, and I didn't make it clear that I was going in the back door, so we both went in the back door.
What?
What? What just happened there?
Did we just go in together and she killed both of us?
People are liking it. Like, they're liking the class-based system, and they are enjoying the mechanics that are there. I mean, Respawn is known for taking something that's good and making it better. So how do you feel? I mean, you said your opinions changed over the last 3 days. How do you feel Respawn, Titanfall aside, how do you feel Respawn is doing in the Battle Royale genre?
I think the abilities are just offering different ways of playing, and they're changing up the flow of game. Like, you could argue that like the characters here were what I thought was so brilliant about Titanfall 2, which was how they took characters and put them in just the Titans, where you are recognizing something on the field and you are now thinking ahead of as far as what they are able to do in a situation. And the more you play, the more that kind of gets utilized. That part of the brain is thinking ahead and knowing how to handle situations and learning from them. I guess I kind of knew that going in, like, again, from last week, I saw that, but now having 3 days of like playing that and experiencing that over and over again, that's fulfilling my progression or my end game itch that I was afraid that I would fall off quicker, where it's like all this cosmetic stuff, I don't give a shit about it. But like this is what's kind of getting me excited to see people experimenting with that stuff.
I think the other thing that's more interesting to me or kind of shocking in a way is we know there's a battle pass coming, right?
Yeah.
And we know traditionally battle passes for battle royales are pretty successful, right? It gives the players a reason to kind of like log in, try these different challenges. Some are harder than others, you know, but eventually as you work through it, you're getting stuff, right? And this game is littered with banners and skins and gun skins, and I kind of wish the battle pass was here even next week, because I think it's not till March, right?
Yeah, not till March.
Like maybe give people a week to feel it out and play it, and then like next week's like, all right, cool, here's your battle pass, right? Because they do still need to make money. This game is free to play. You don't need PS Plus, and I'm not sure about Xbox Live Gold. Some people said yes. I'll let commenters tell us if we do or not, but they need a way to make like actual money, right? Battle Pass is a pretty like straightforward, you know what you're getting. It's like, here's $1 a week. Would you pay $1 a week? I would, right? And the other thing too that I think from a Battle Royale perspective that they've done well is the ping system. I think the ping system is like very great for communicating like different things like, hey, let's go here. Oh, there's an enemy there. Oh, I need health. Ping the health. I haven't seen any other battle royales really take advantage of that.
It's super cool.
So,
Or games in general, like I don't know of any other game that does it so well like that.
Also, just when you walk up to items, the amount of information it gives you, like if you want to pick it up or not, I think is a bit above and beyond the way other battle royale games handle that.
Yeah.
Like it's really easy to understand what it is that you're looking at and if you need it or not.
Yeah. I think also another point to be said about this game, and you made me think upon like realizing like, again, like this was under wraps for what, 2 years and came out swinging with like a super polished battle royale game that as we can agree like has innovated that genre for sure in different ways. The other thing too is like, what's it at? I think it's 8 hours, 1 million people playing. You think about Respawn as a studio, and you know we're kind of in our own bubble, and you could even say like the Titanfall community. Everyone knows that series is phenomenal, but they don't have enough people playing, clearly. If there were enough people playing, then we would have had Titanfall 3. If they were to do another Titanfall 3, it could have been like another case of that game not doing well, and then you would have your franchise dead. I think here, and even in the subreddit on Titanfall, some guy posted like, hey, I know nothing about Titanfall, but I played Apex Legends first and heard about basically the shitstorm going on in the subreddit, and here I am, and I just downloaded Titanfall 2 to give it a shot. Like, in a way, this is already, like, this is a studio, like, sending out their feelers, like, just essentially saying, like, all right, let's just get our talent out there and, like, start pulling in new people and make some money, and then come back when we're ready and have an awesome Titanfall 3.
And to that point, you know, they can always expand modes. Like the Fortnite, which is the leader right now, they just constantly cycle modes and weapons all the time, challenges all the time. You know, people who like Titanfall might not like a slower pace battle royale, but if they start cycling modes and cycling other things in this game that are more than just, because let's be honest, there's a lot of hiking in battle royale. That's kind of the opposite of like trying to get a Titan to fall out of the sky and wall running.
Yeah.
So if that battle pass in March starts making things a bit more interesting and maybe they start talking about new modes, this could grow into something more than just a single mode, which is
totally.
Battle Royale kind of is just a single mode.
Yeah.
That's also kind of my concern though. Like, I think a lot of people are having fun in the now, in the moment. It's free to play. You can tell all your friends to hop on with you and you guys can enjoy it, right? But that was my fear with the lack of the battle pass. Who knows what other modes may or may not come. I could also easily see it being like a quick, like, that was really fun for a couple weeks and then I fall off. You know, kind of like Blackout almost, right? Like we were having fun with Blackout for a little bit too. And they've done small things like, oh, we added the boat is there now and you can drop in this other area. But they haven't really, one, they haven't really done the battle pass, I don't think. And two, they haven't really like added any like modes like that are that enticing to play. So my fear is what is the longevity of this game? And
I think you're right. And I think, you know, in comparison to Blackout, the upper hand here is rolling out a new legend, a new character. That'll bring me back compared to what Blackout be doing. A new map, a new area, a new weapon.
I mean, Blackout's hardly done anything. Meanwhile, like Fortnite's...
Even now, right? Like.
Meanwhile, Fortnite's holding Marshmallow concerts and like, it still feels like Fortnite's a game that's kind of chasing where the ball's going and everybody else is chasing the ball. And I'm curious, like Respawn's a great studio. I'm curious if they can be one of those people who can figure out where the ball's going and like get people engaged in that way. I'm not saying concerts, but just something. And they can pull off the Titanfall universe.
Shooting.
Marking our surroundings.
Enemy down.
Reloading. Silence, Scotty. I have fallen.
Taking fire.
Thinking about last night, like it is worth acknowledging like the frustrations that people have. Like I get it. I'm also bummed that it's not another Titanfall game, but I think when you look at the bigger picture of like that studio and what they need, I think this is a win, and I think like they should be proud of this game. I really think that. I'm happy to like wait another couple years for Titanfall. Like think about like a new console launching with an innovative Titanfall 3. I would rather have that than a Titanfall 3 right now. Like, I can wait.
It's not the Titanfall game that I want, but as you pointed out earlier, if it raises enough excitement for the Titanfall universe and like ends up with a great Titanfall 3 at some point in the future,
And a player base going in,
yeah,
like...
then I'm all for that. That's
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just gonna play Apex Legends.
Become Legend Tay.
No, I'm gonna become a champion.
Become champion.
Why didn't they just call it
I
Legend?
know, like, I
It's
don't
so
know.
weird.
It's like you're an Apex Legend. When you win, you should become a legend, right? Legend? Anyways.